Join us and help us continue to support the many talented people of our community. Learn how to get your business highlighted on La Crosse Local. Go to lacrosselocal.com and click on Advertise. Prevention is the key to a healthy life. That's why Gunderson Health encourages you to learn about vaccines and how they can help you and your loved ones stay healthy. Vaccines protect against preventable diseases and viruses by boosting your body's defenses. Visit GundersonHealthFacts.com to learn more. Artspire is back on June 10th at the Pump House Regional Arts Center. Enjoy live music from Nicholas David, Charlie Boy, and High and Rising, plus a fine art fair, interactive art projects, and visual and performing arts. The event is free to all. Learn more at artspire.thepumphouse.org. We connect with the Spine Stealers, one of the many bands playing Alpine Inn's Granddad Get Down, Saturday, June 3rd. We also chat about what led this duo to start performing, some new singles, what's coming down the road for this haunting band, and what they're listening to right now. You can find more conversations, food reviews, live music, weekend picks, and events on our website, lacrosselocal.com. I'm Amy.
And I'm Brent.
And this is La Crosse Local.
Belongs to Wisco. I love all the oceans and deserts, but have you ever Friscoed under the stars of a lake, surrounded by loon calls?
Well, I'm Emma.
I'm Kate.
And we're both from Sun Prairie, Wisconsin. We went to high school together. We didn't become friends until after high school. Well, you were in marching band.
Yeah, I did. I had a little bit of the band experience. Did some marching band in high school. It was kind of forced, but it was a good time nonetheless.
Mm-hmm.
And so.
But musically, neither one of us really did anything until we learned guitar together during the pandemic when we both lived at home.
We were both going through a lot of different transition. I was moving out of Chicago. Emma was coming back from Eau Claire, and we were both at home for the first time in many, many years. And we both obviously love music. Emma is an incredible writer, and I think we, always wanted to try to learn guitar, and we had the time and the attention span to do it. So we kind of just sat down and started fooling around with things and learned from YouTube and guitar apps and stuff like that, and just kind of started putting some words to some songs and, at a very basic level, and then working up from there. And then we just really enjoyed it. It was pretty much what we did all the time. Mm-hmm. We would just sit around that first summer and drink red wine and sit at the bonfire for hours and just play
a lot of red wine
and hang out. It was a good time. Yeah. It was some of the best memories I think I have now.
Yeah. And we did that for like a year and a half. And then our first open mic was in July of this past summer. And then we started getting shows after that.
Listen to your, a few of your singles on Bandcamp, including Wisco.
I fell in love with a boy from Wisco. Too bad he left almost immediately to Toronto.
It seems it's such a striking song. I'm just kind of wondering, it seems like a classic love song. Is it a love song for a place or a person?
I think a little bit of both. I think I definitely wrote those lyrics reminiscing on Eau Claire and even more north of there, because I went to school there and I probably would have stayed living there if not for the pandemic. So I think that was one of the first songs that we wrote together. So I think it was kind of missing that and just missing being around a bunch of people and being close with anyone, really.
You come together, you're writing music. It's relatively new. It seems to be that you're popping up in a lot of places. How did the Spine Stealers moniker kind of come about?
It's a very commine question.
We don't really know.
Yeah, the way I sort of remember it, also in somewhat of a drunken haze, I'm sure. The first people we would play for were Emma's parents, and we were trying to find a band name for a while, and we were like, something will come. It'll just hit us right in the face. Nothing was coming. We went through some questionable names, trying them out there for a little bit. And we were sort of joking about really hardcore heavy metal band names. And I think your dad might have even brought it up.
Yeah.
And we were both kind of just like, wait a second.
Yeah,
This
I
is
think
it.
he like jokingly said this, oh, you guys are a bunch of spine stealers, huh? Or something like that. And we were like, I like
this
that.
could work. So it kind of just stuck from there. And it is a little bit shocking, or sometimes people think we're joking, but we're not. That's really the name. And I think it's a perfect juxtaposition for that, our actual content. Our songs can be quite slow and sad. So, just to add a little bit of spice in there, not take it too seriously, everybody. But so that's kind of where that came from.
I was kind of wondering, I like your sort of, I guess, 140 characters of making spooky folk that is heavily influenced by the Northwood Pines, 24/7 truck stop diners, and heartbreak and dark lakes. So is that kind of the go-to description for it? I mean,
I guess I would say so.
Yeah, I agree. It definitely has an undertone of, kind of like you were saying, a lot of nostalgia, reminiscing on where we grew up here and some of these very formative years of our lives, especially for you living up in Eau Claire, and some of the more dark or sad undertones that I think we tend to maybe show interest in. And, just the way that I think we both process things and stuff like that. So it's kind of a bit of that bittersweet nostalgia.
I think a lot of it is pretty literal in the description too. Like 24/7 truck stop. There's a truck stop near some prairie that's called the Pine Cone. Now it's called the Highway Cafe, and it's no longer 24/7.
R.I.P. Pine Cone.
Yeah, I would go there a lot in high school and write or read. Yeah. And me and Kate would go there. Like, you can go there at midnight. Now you can't anymore, but that was definitely a haunt.
Yeah.
And
my grandmother used to work upstairs in the office of the Pine Cone. And many years ago, she's moved on, but
she's retired.
Yeah, from life. But
continuing listening to some of your tracks too, Waffle House, which I think kind of touches on what you just mentioned.
I'm not your safety deposit. Don't wanna be the skeleton in your closet. Say let's go, never really ask what I think. Man, I hate all the ways you love me.
I think anyone from wherever they're born, and like you said, coming into your own, do you find a desire to leave Wisconsin in that song? Is that kind of like what the theme is going on in that?
No, actually, I was really stoned at a Waffle House out in New Mexico with my boyfriend at the time, and things were falling apart, and it was not going well. So that was sort of like that was a missing Wisconsin type of song. And also seeing a lot of things, I don't know, I guess having some clarity in a very dark cloud.
I feel like since starting making music and being home, there have been times where we have been tempted to venture elsewhere, I think, which is pretty normal, like as the young people that we are. But I think through this whole process, I think it's really, really reaffirmed for me, like how grounding of a place Wisconsin is, and just being sort of near our roots a little bit more in our family. And so many good things have happened for us here since all of that too. All of these songs really are an ode to that and an ode to here.
You are also playing the Alpine Inn Lacrosse, in June 3rd, along with Knee High July, which I saw online. You guys did kind of a little set online there. Hemlock Chaser, Billy Bronstead, Joseph Huber. What can people expect from your show?
It's not all slow folk, but a lot of it does have that kind of atmosphere around it. And I wouldn't say it gets as wily as a lot of those other bands can get. So I feel like we'll probably be starting earlier, but it'll be exciting. I think it'll blend well, but we're definitely a much different vibe than how fun those bands can get, which can be intimidating sometimes, but
Recently, it seems like the Alpine has just had a resurgence in terms of inviting highly original music to the area. So, a fun one. Who are you listening to right now?
Okay, well, I'm in a resurgence of listening to, I always am listening to Basha Balad. She's from Canada. She's awesome. And we've been listening to a lot of Bella White.
Yeah, she has a new album that just came out, or a few new songs at least that came out.
Possessed by Paul James.
Yes.
Shania Twain.
Shania Twain always. Two Runner also came out with a new album, Modern Cowboy, which is pretty good. They're another 2-gal duo, so it's nice to listen to some other groups that are somewhat similarly aligned. But it's a toss-up. I have my Discover Weekly on majority of the time, so I like to hear as much new stuff as I can, and if I like it, I add it to a playlist. And half the time I won't remember the name of the song or who it was, but it'll be there for me to listen to again somewhere down the road. Usually make a monthly playlist, but it's always Discover Weekly. So just so you know.
So what's coming down the line? Is there anything you're excited for this summer, or even, farther down the future? You're going to record, try to do an album, or what's happening?
Yeah. We're doing our album out in Fort Atkinson at Lunar Lava Studio, which is great. And that's exciting. We're not very versed in the recording process because we're just so new to all of this, and it's been really fun to get that going. And then we were playing at Blue Ox we won the virtual band competition. So that's
Congrats.
exciting. Yeah.
June 24th.
Yeah.
We're playing on Saturday afternoon at some point.
People want to follow along. What's the best avenue? Instagram, Facebook, Bandcamp? You on
Definitely
all the things?
All the things. We release music on everything, but Instagram I feel like is probably the best place to keep up
And
with
that's
us.
it's just the Spine Stealers on Instagram. There's not many spine stealers in general out there on the internet, so you'll have good luck finding us.
Well,
Put us in Google.
Well, that's awesome. That's good. I think it's a good name. So
Thanks.
well, anyway, see you at the Alpine. Gonna come check that out. I mean, it just seems like just a packed lineup that day. And I believe Knee High July is also kind of like the house band leading it through the process, so people can get out and check out that show. Appreciate you chatting with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks for asking.
Lacrosse Local Podcast is a production of River Travel Media. Do you have an interview idea you'd like to share with us? Message us on Facebook at Lacrosse Local. Find out more about us at lacrosselocal.com, and you can subscribe to the Lacrosse Local Podcast on your favorite podcast app. If you like us, rate us 5 stars. We appreciate it.